Okay, this here is a banger rope. It's what's used for scaring birds on farmers' fields. Basically, the interval between these charges is approximately half an hour. So it's a very slow burn fuse rope. You basically just hang it up in a tree and you light it down at the bottom here, and then it burns very slowly and sets off these charges, which are quite loud. Now, one of the problems is the delay on these. What? No. Anyway, the delay on these is half an hour between bangs, which is just too much for what we want. So we need to speed this up a little bit. So you've got a couple of options. One is that you do like I've actually just done with it, with this, and added a few extra charges on it at closer intervals, so that they go off a little bit sooner. So the other option is what I'm playing with now, and it's to try and change the burning time on the rope. Okay, so what we have here is we have the other banger rope with all the charges removed off it, which are the ones which I've put onto the other rope to make them go off quicker. Now, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to try, is I'm going to use some old sodium chlorate weed killer. Not much left in here, but I've got another tub. I went and threw this all over my path several years ago, and then I found out how rare it is now. You can't buy the stuff. Now, I've put a little bit of water in here, and I'm going to create a sodium chlorate solution, popping that in there. So what I need to do is stir it up and warm the water as well, so that the maximum amount of the sodium chlorate dissolves into the water. Then once you've got it in a nice solution with maximum dissolved in that solution, you then just brush it onto the rope. Now, depending on the amount that you brush onto that rope will probably dictate the speed that it burns. Now, what I'm going to basically do now is I'm going to warm that solution up. But first of all, I'm going to take this away from the area and turn on my gas. Yeah, it's a bit of a large gas bottle for doing the job of a Bunsen burner. And I'm sure Stella, my cat, will get away once she knows what I'm doing. I'm just going to warm that solution up so that it dissolves. Weed killer does have a oxidizing inhibitor in it. Now, it could be that that will separate and stay at the bottom of the jar. It's been a while since I've used this stuff, so I can't remember. Well, several years, so I don't really remember exactly what it does, what the antioxidizer is that's mixed in it. You can't get this sodium chlorate weed killer anymore because people were making explosives with it, fireworks and stuff like that, you know. Terrible people. Yeah, now I suspect that the stuff that's left down at the bottom might be, it could still be sodium chlorate, or it might be the antioxidizer. So I'm going to say that that's sufficiently warmed up. Okay, here's a quick example or demo of how slow the standard rope burns. See, it's just a low smoulder. There's no actual flame, it just smoulders very slowly. So the way to put that out is to dip it in a little bit of water and put it out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to dip it in my sodium chlorate solution and put it out that way, because it's a solution and it's wet, it will just put it out. So we take it off and we immerse it like so, and that's put it out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to brush the solution on. Now this is going to be a quick test down at the bottom end of this to see what how it changes the speed. I'm not going to put a lot of this on, just that much. Now what I'm going to do is, because you want fine crystals to form in this, I'm going to dry it fast with a hairdryer, not a blowtorch but a hairdryer. This may take a few minutes. While I let that dry, what I've done as a test, just to give an example here, is I've painted a strip of this paper across here, this newspaper, with the sodium chlorate solution. Now what I'm going to do is just rip a section off and twist it up in a roll, and you can watch how fast it burns. You can pretty much make a simple fuse in this way. And then if you want it to burn a little bit slower, put some twists in it like so. This is nice dry paper. So let's see what this does. See, that works as a fuse. So by putting it on the rope, I should get the same effect. It will speed it up, but it's a matter of putting the right amount on the rope and drying it. If you put too much on, it's going to speed the rope far too much and make it burn quick. The theory is that it should burn a bit faster. I could try a different solution on it to speed it up. Maybe potassium nitrate would work. You see, every now and then there'll be a little wisp and it will speed up a little bit because it's hit a little pocket of sodium chlorate. See, like just happened there. So I think it's probably made it go a little bit quicker. There's probably a number of solutions you could try on it to speed up. Someone's going to say, why don't I just pour petrol on it? I don't want it to actually burn that fast, so that all like 12 odd bangers go off within 1 minute. That would be a little bit of a waste of time, you know. I want a nice delay of about 5 minutes or something like that in between the actual bangs. It's probably speeded it up just a little bit. The only real way to know is to put two next to each other and compare them. I think I might try a few other treatments on it to see if they help. As I say, maybe potassium nitrate would work. But you get the general idea that you can improve the speed of the burn. I would say that's possibly twice as fast as it was. So, you know, you've still got a fair delay, but not so excessive as it was before. So, you know, what I should do is I should put a mark, or I should time it and then put a mark as to where it's up to. Well, no, I'd have to do this differently. I'd have to measure from the top of the rope down and put interval marks on it and try and work out how long it takes. I reckon it's probably speeding up a bit now. Yeah, I'd definitely say that's quicker than it was. Yeah, got a big flame there. So it wouldn't have done that before. It obviously just hit a pocket of sodium chlorate. In fact, if you look up there, it's jumped higher up the rope. That point there's picked up a burn, which is interesting. Anyway, I'm probably going to put this out and have a play around with a few other things maybe. Now, just for those people who think that there was not really a difference between the two pieces of paper I lit before. Now, this piece in this hand is untreated paper, and this one here is my treated paper. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to roll these up, and I'm going to light the two at the same time so you get a bit of an idea of the difference. Let's see how I can do this. Right, so this here is the untreated piece, so I'm just going to roll that up as I did before approximately, and I'm going to put some twists in the paper like so. lots of nice tight twists in it. Right, I'll put that one down at the side, and I'm going to do the same now with the treated piece of paper. Now, the idea of fuse paper like this is that it's hard for the flame to go out on it once you've started it burning, and you should be able to make them in some sort of a way so that you can actually measure the burn time on the two of them. So okay, here we have our two pieces, approximately wrapped or rolled up in the same manner. So I'm going to put the two ends together. You know something? I can't remember which was which now. I think we'll probably see in a second now. Yeah, you see the difference? That one, you could knock that and it would go out, it could blow out, whereas this one, you could see it definitely had some treatment on it, and it burnt quite quickly and right through. That, you know, it could work as a fuse, but it's not very reliable. You can see how slow it's burning. If you had that, let's say for instance, as a fuse into the top of a cannon, you'd be waiting for a while for it to burn down, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't actually be sure if it was going to work or not. Whereas the other paper burns completely and quite quickly, and you can see it's not going to go out once you've lit it.